Well, we'll soon see. Apologies if what's our time? 3 o'clock, a little bit late. Anyway, where are we? Plenty been happening. So I'm probably just going to babble on and ramble for a bit. Anybody that comes along and shows up later on, maybe they might have questions as we go. But if not, where are things at? So, update, man. Lots happening. Just the prep for the pre-selection training camps is ongoing. So that's been going well, just sussing out the maps for the areas that I have in mind with regards to the navigation portions of the pre-selection camp itself. A bit of a mix, or hopefully a decent enough mix of some open country nav and some close country, just depending. That will probably be largely on public land and that sort of thing. So got to be mindful of potentially some hunters and stuff out there looking to hunt some animals and get some food for their freezer. So all of that sort of stuff, just a few logistics and things. So we'll see. Haven't confirmed yet, so I won't mention exactly where the areas are that I'm looking at, but they're in the Wellington region, in the Wellington area, in the Hut, and maybe a couple of other places. So we'll see how all of that pans out. Then looking at the maps themselves and getting those, making sure that we got the same, which is fairly easy at this stage from what I've seen, to get the right scaled maps, which are pretty similar to how the military have their ones, and then being able to, yeah, deliver the training in a format and in a way that's going to be relevant to those that are preparing for selection or um, in the military. So there's that. With the pre-selection camps, numbers are low, which is fine. So I think this first camp there might only be 2, maybe 3 maximum for the April camp to start. So low numbers, which makes it nice and easy to run. And like I said, it's nowhere near as much of a logistical challenge and probably, dare I say, staffing challenge as much as the reckoning is. Um, yeah, probably from a safety perspective, the timings and how it's run, whereas the pre-selection camp is a little bit more, yeah, friendlier. Friendlier is probably a right term to use. There'll be moments where we'll switch between things, but overall, it's a friendlier environment, for want of a better term. And as I've mentioned, people don't get kicked off if they don't meet a certain timing and that sort of stuff with it. So the opportunity for people to learn and absorb and take in more and still be there by the end of the 36 to 48 hours, that's where hopefully people will get some of the value. And who knows, it may even mitigate a number of candidates that sometimes or might potentially withdraw or quit on their first attempts. They may come away from those pre-selection camps with a little bit more knowledge, information, confidence in themselves, and understanding of what's happening, and be able to find that extra little checkpoint within their own mental headspace to help them navigate through and carry on pushing forward. So there's that. The navigation stuff I spoke about, the theory stuff. There's a bit of work in terms of that, in terms of me getting some of that documentation and stuff ready, but that's all right. That comes with, just comes with the offering that I'll put out there. So it means putting in some work and getting that done. But at least once that's finalized and done, then it's pretty much ready to rinse and repeat and make any modifications or tweaks as we feel we might need to going forward. So that's where that is. Pre-selection camp. Oh, hang on. What's this? Hey, tēnā koe, brother. And mana to you too. Far for. It's good on there. And Dave, thanks for stopping by, you too. Yeah, so listening to me babble on if you are, or if you've just got me malingering in the background while you're doing other stuff. Just spoke through that portion of the pre-selection camp. The numbers are low at this stage, which is fine. And then there have been several people, others that have looked to book their place throughout the course of the year. So, probably the part to mention on here, which I haven't put up a post about yet, which I should do, that cost for the campers is increased now. So it's at 650, that point of where people could have purchased the bundle, the reference guide, and the camp itself at the discounted price, whatever it was back then. Sorry, I can't remember it off the top of my head. That's passed, so that expired on the 1st of March. So apologies for not putting up a follow-up closer to the 1st of March. I'd given enough notice anyway, so if people stumble upon it or they have a look, or if it's something that they wanted to do, I figured they would have jumped on that earlier, sooner rather than later. Those that haven't, if they decide that it's something that they want to look at and that they want to do later on, well, then the new costings are what they are. So yeah, I think that's about that with regards to pre-selection camp. The channel's going to stay as it is with regards to reactions and occasionally some training showing from time to time, and the lives and all that sort of stuff. So there's no change there. Yeah, because some people were asking, I think it was on the back end of the post with regards to other stuff that's happening and things like that, which I've since then put up a long-winded post in I suppose, in those that are from a military background or have an understanding and see the logic, for want of a better term, inverted commas, in terms of how it's laid out and what the plan is with that project that my wife and I are working on. So that's laid out there with a link to the site and stuff. I'm just looking at my notes and stuff on here. Yeah, so I think that's probably that. But to answer those questions in and around the channel, what's happening with the channel, yeah, channel is going to carry on. Like, this is where what I do will carry on going, and yeah, and we'll see what happens. Now, there has been so I received a couple of queries, but also received one of those, I suppose, types of emails that come with it. People offering a based on performance offering to me and to the channel, offering to help me gain another, they said 10 to 50,000 followers, and they're talking in dollars and cents and terms and stuff as well with regards to what they can offer for the channel. That's great. I've received a bunch of those. I've occasionally clicked on some of them and had a look at the personalized video that they've done where they've been on my channel and they're showing what it is that caught their attention, and then they've shared some nice words in and around how they could help the channel grow exponentially, etc., from not only a following perspective but also from a financial perspective. And that's cool. Like, that's great. Yes, it's cool to generate some sort of income through the channel, don't get me wrong. That has been nice, and it would be cool to generate more if that's something that happens. But long story short, I've deleted those emails anyway. I was gonna do a screen share and show one of those videos because it's quite well done, and so I don't know if they're scams or what. I have, like I've said, they seem legitimate, but I haven't acted on any of them. So was it ZTH something rather? I've deleted it now anyway. Actually, let me check the deleted, because I should still have it, I suppose, in the rubbish, in the trash. Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I did just do a hard delete, full delete. No, I don't have it. Maybe I did delete it. That's strange. I was just here this morning. Anyway, they're talking about those sorts of things. Performance based, they only get paid on when they deliver results, but that's not exactly true, because I did contact one of those, and because it got my interest, and I said, "So, how does this work?" And then they said, "Oh, well, you pay this amount." You pay this amount first, which was a few $1,000s, by the way. And I was like, "Oh yeah, nah." So I chose to decline those, and then the other ones that came through, which all looked similar, but they were just different people, probably about half a dozen, to be honest. And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing those." And so that was why I deleted another one. I had a look at it again there, because I had a look at it again with the one that came through, because that one has come through before, but they've obviously clocked another video, because I can see that what they're showing is actually a recent update of how the channel looks at the moment. And the video that they pointed out is one of the recent ones, for want of a better term. So even though this person has reached out before, they've reached out again and then gone through the same thing. Quite interesting, but hey, whatever happens with the channel happens. I was interested when I thought, oh, wow, that's interesting. I wonder what they do. And then, yeah, when I got hit with, oh, you pay this amount first, I was like, yeah, no, that doesn't sound like what I read in your email or what you put in your video. So anyway, so that's that. The channel will stay as it is, and I'll just keep chipping away doing what it is that I do. So yeah, that was that. Hopefully that answers the questions from those that, hang on, let's come up here. Hopefully that answers the questions for those that asked about the channel. So, are you two gentlemen going to do a collab like a hunt or something? Oh, great question. Yeah, I haven't heard from Dave. He's had some stuff to do work-wise, and so he's been busy, and then he's got a whole bunch of other stuff, but I'm definitely keen to do that. He is just down the road. We have connected before. Thanks for following up on that. Hopefully it puts Dave on the spot, and then he has to answer that. Oh, Damo, good to see you, bro. Damo, over there in Perth, all is well, brother. Yeah, busy and enjoying life, to be honest. Even with I suppose the turmoil and for want of a better term, going on around the world, Operation Fury, Operation Lions Roar, ongoing conflict, Ukraine and Russia, China, potential Taiwan stuff, North Korea, and yeah, just stuff happening in the States, the Epstein files and more, these bloody Senate hearings that don't seem to progress anywhere in terms of holding, the Attorney General and people to account around all the stuff that's happening. And there's just heaps of stuff, that you and I, that we can't control. And my take is no point beating ourselves up about it, or no point holding ourselves back from doing things that we might want to do, or expressing ourselves in ways that we might want to express ourselves, with the intent of hopefully being in a positive way and maybe helping somebody else or encouraging somebody else along the way at the very least. So, or not, depending on how you're wired. So, yeah, just crack on doing whatever it is that you're doing or that you're working on. And I suppose with that, I can't sit back in on my chair, and try to share some of those messages of encouragement and upliftment in whatever way, shape, or form people receive them, if I'm not prepared to, step out of my comfort zone myself, and do or lean into things that are probably probably make me a bit nervous, probably a bit apprehensive, probably concerned, um, and but not and but not do it myself, if that makes sense. So yeah, all part of the learning process, and whatever happens, happens, and just crack on, I say. So acknowledging a lot of bad stuff happening, acknowledging still got plenty of friends and some family that serve in the military. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if, you know, people are going to be deployed, people that I know, or loved ones, etc., etc. I've no idea. But I can't sit around worrying about that. Uh, my friends and my family members have made their decisions in terms of what they want to do, where they want to be, and how they want to serve and contribute to society and to the world in general. And I have nothing but admiration, love, and respect for them for doing that. And I understand, as they do, the potential and what may happen, what could happen. So we live with the results. As that's not to sound blasé or flippant about it, or to be disrespectful in any way. It's just I can't control what happens, but I can control and focus on things that are within my realm or within my scope. And pretty much most of those things make me happier, rather than concerned and worrying about other stuff. Looking after my health, as an example, or trying to as best I can, is one of those things that puts me in a good headspace and keeps me, hopefully, I like to think, somewhat a bit more positive. Don't get me wrong, I have my moments where I can be negative Nigel in relation to a lot of things. But yeah, I suppose, again, acknowledging and understanding I can't control a lot of that stuff. So why bother using up what limited bandwidth I have in trying to solve all of those issues, when I could be focusing on, those closest to me, those around me, those people that I potentially have somewhat of a reach or an influence on, to try to help in some sort of small way, however small that is. and focus on that instead of trying to solve all these other issues. Even though I made a comment in the recent post, my wife and I, during one of our conversations, sitting around solving the world's problems again in our lounge or from our bedroom. Not really, but it makes me laugh when I think about those and the conversations that we have, and I'm like, yep, that's another problem solved for the world. If only people around the world could have heard our conversation and could take away the things that we just discussed, we would have solved it. And that's in jest, obviously. That wouldn't be the case. So yeah, that's that. I think. Where are we? Oh, sorry. It's been trippy how the conflict brief was so right about the current crisis. Yeah, 100%. Oh, Jake, great call out with regards to the conflict brief. It's a shame that that isn't up anymore. Was so right about the current crisis about Iran, etc. when he had his channel going. Yeah, Damien Porter, high performance. Yeah, oh, cool acknowledgement to Damo. He's a good man. Dan, respect, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Ross Jones, cool heads rule the day. Yeah, only Damien Porter. Yes, but I bet you didn't rip your pecs off. I taught both off 4 weeks ago doing a bench press. Never learned, but teaching others not to make our mistakes. Oh man, hope you heal up soon, bro. Jeez, tearing pecs is not good. It sounds like you tore both, bro. Holy hecka. Too much weight on that bar, bro. Yeah, I'm well past those days. Give me a couple of nice light dumbbells or some just some body weight push-ups or a nice light band around the back, and then doing some push-ups with those these days, and I'm quite happy. Where are we? What else did you say? Oh yeah, actually I saw who was it? Somebody sent it to me. Where's this thing? It should be in my history channel history, hopefully. For people that may not have heard of this guy, actually, a couple of shout outs. People that don't know, check out Sealay Music Group. Actually, let me type that in here in the chat. Hopefully, people get it. At Sealay Music Group. Does music stuff. Oh, I didn't even put any context. Check out at Sealay Music Group on YouTube. There's a bunch of cool music. I just stumbled upon him today. He was kind enough, reached out, didn't ask me to do this. He's a veteran as well in the ADF, Kiwi lad from back here in NZ. We know some of the same people. It's bloody must be the mobsters again revving their bikes outside. We know some of the same people, and he just reached out, sent a really nice message, and yeah, and then I went and had a look. I enjoyed listening to some of what he was playing. Actually, let me play one now, see if it. Oh no, maybe I won't, because it'll just bloody. Yeah, maybe I won't. I'll do it another time. Anyway, check out his channel if you get a chance. Throw him some love and some support. Pretty cool. Anyway, from what I saw there. So that was one, and then the other one in my history. Where is it? Sorry, getting distracted. Where is it? It was a professor who was on a TV, like a television news show, talking about the 3 predictions that he made. He predicted 1, that Trump would win the election, 2, that the US would go to war with Iran, and 3, that basically the makeup of the superpower that is the US was to the effect of basically that wasn't going to be the case. Like there would be a reordering of things with the current conflict and stuff going on. So I found that super interesting. Why can I not bloody? How do I bring up all the history from yesterday? Useless. Me, that is. Can't find it. Can't bring it up. Asian-looking guy in the US. Oh, where is it? Bloody prediction. US predictions. Was it? So when our mate here was talking about the conflict brief, Trump to win election US to go to war with Iran. Let me put that in there, see if that brings up anything. Oh, there he is. Professor Zhang. Zhang. I'm not even going to try to attempt to say his surname. I can see somebody's done a reaction to him. But what is his channel? Primitive. Oh, hang on. Maybe that's not it. Put this volume down. That's an advert. That's not anything inappropriate. That's a Jets Fitness ad. Where is he? Professor Zhang. Again, not going to try to pronounce it. What's the name of his channel? Well, that is the name of his channel. Here it is. So I'll copy and paste this into the chat on here. I was watching this guy's comments when he was being interviewed. See if that shows up. Hopefully that shows up in your comments. Go always a little further. Oh, well, I don't know why it's showing up twice. But anyway, there you go. This guy, he's been on some media stuff talking about, the predictions that he made. And he made the prediction about Trump and the Iran war, I think it's 2024, something like that. So there's only one other part to his 2 of the 3 predictions that he's made so far that hasn't come to pass. So it's just interesting, in terms of what's happening. And I guess other people out there that monitor and analyze things, much like the man Jake over in Oz was doing with the conflict brief. So again, just acknowledging the comment that was made there about Jake's channel, which we don't have the luxury of seeing anymore. But there's clearly other people and stuff out there doing some things. Oh, that's it. At Predictive History is what his channel is. At Predictive History. Check it. He's got a massive following, 1.61 million subscribers, only 128 videos on there. And clearly an intelligent, smart guy. I saw in the comments of one of the interviews that he was doing, another person put in the comments, meanwhile, my professor is asking, and then in quotation marks, how do I turn this projector on? So it's a pretty hard case. People's some of the comments and stuff that were in there. Other people had a lot of positive comments to say about this guy and the way that he spoke and articulated things, and the questions that were being posed to him by the male and female reporter at the time on what I assume was live television during when that interview was done. So anyway, lots of stuff happening around the world. Can't control it all. No point in us trying to control that, I think. And just focusing in on what it is that we can do and cracking on with our lives as best we can. Acknowledging those that are in that space of looking to look out for us, whether they be first responders, whether they be military. There's a whole bunch of uncertainty at this time happening right now. So anyway, that's that. What's happening here? No, that's all good. Sorry, thought I'd missed some messages. Everything seems to be all up to date. What else is happening? Busy with the stuff with Maya and the camp and the channel. Channel flows on as per normal. Oh, you might have noticed there people did ask about the membership stuff in the channel. So I'll put some of the videos I've been doing at the moment have been putting on there. They will show up on the public space, but there's a couple that I put in there which are in the members space now and then scheduled to go up on the Monday or the Mondays and Fridays, when depending on how many videos I've done and when they're scheduled, so then other people can see them if they want to. So that will continue as well. It won't be the case for every video, but some videos, keeping that rolling. There have been some requests for that Malibu Fit guy, ex-US veteran. I think he was a military police or something like that. Anyways, a guy that mentioned that he that his face looks the way it looks because he was a survivor of an IED, which damaged his face or whatever. Turns out that it was a lie. I've seen Jameson's Travels has done something on it. I haven't watched it, but I've seen that pop up on the screen. And I believe Brent Tucker from Tier One Podcast, former anti-hero podcast host, and now obviously doing his own thing, doing great things in his own space. But I haven't watched those yet. But I just think, man, that's crazy, eh? Like it's got stolen valor, I think, on some of those. It's interesting the way the world is now with technology and the ability to access information on people and get an understanding of their background, the amount of people that will still, I don't know, go and say that they've done things that they haven't, or that they've served in a place, whether that be military or law enforcement or other areas that they haven't. Um, yeah, I don't know why. I don't understand why. Maybe it's to get the popularity and to have clout, for want of a better term, and be able to go on to do other things and become successful, maybe. But that just seems nuts, eh? Like, and that's a huge statement. I would have thought that would be pretty easy to confirm or find out if you're going online and saying that you're a survivor of an IED that damaged your face. And anyway, it turns out it seems like, without having looked into it, seems like it must have been some porcupines as well. So um, yeah, shame. So I have received a few requests for that. I've received a bunch of requests to have a look at and do some reactions to give my thoughts on the Iran, US, Israel conflict and everything happening in that Middle Eastern area. I think what is it? The GCC, Gulf Cooperation, something or other. I'm no expert in that space. I see the man Mark Wales, Walesy, ex-SASR, does a fair bit of stuff in that on there, and he's an intelligent guy, good dude, and obviously can articulate things from that officer perspective, given his experience. But also, yeah, I think he's pretty easy to listen to and comes across well when he's explaining things. So if anybody hasn't seen Walesy's channel, go check him out, Mark Wales, on YouTube. He's got some good stuff in there. He's done a whole bunch of cool breakdowns on the Australian SAS selection process and stuff as well. And I think he adds some commentary and stuff in there from the officer's perspective, which is obviously the route that he went. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on there. I haven't gotten around to doing any reactions specifically to the Iranian stuff. Oh, actually, I don't think I have. Hang on. Senior moment. Let me have a look. I don't think I have. Let's check the studio. Bondi. Yeah, no, I haven't. But I have got them on my watch list to go through later. So I'll have a look at those. The Ukrainian stuff comes up. Would I do reactions on those? I have got a number of those on the wait list. I just haven't gotten around to those. And I've got some work to do from some kind followers, supporters of the channel that sent some stuff last year in December, maybe November, for some stuff that I still haven't done yet. So yeah, I have got the list. I haven't forgotten about them. I will get to those and hopefully get those soon. To the comment again, I'm going to drop it in here again in case Dave is still on the line. Hopefully that collab happens with Dave in terms of the hunting experience and skill that he has, which I don't have. And yeah, head out bush with him and see how he rolls and film some of that. I'd love to learn, love to go out there. There's a couple other fellas as well here in the local Wellington area that have been kind enough to offer as well, but our schedules just haven't connected or lined up that well at this stage. So we'll see how it all pans out in the coming weeks, months, who knows. And I think that's about it. I don't think I have anything else. Yeah, I think that's all. I'll open it up, see if there's any questions. I don't think there is, which is always good, because then it gives you time, it gives me time, and then we can go crack on with the rest of our day and your weekend. So I think I've answered. I'm pretty sure I haven't missed any other questions or comments that may have come through. Um, mm, oh, there is I won't say from who. There is a question that's come through from a person right now into my email. So you must be one of the 9, 10 people on this live right now asking me if I'll speak about, do I want to go into more detail and give a bit more insight about Maya? I've done the post. You can see that you've read the post. You think that it's great. Thank you for that initial feedback. You've also put in there that you are happily married. So that's good. Uh, but you think it's a great idea, great concept. Thank you for that feedback. You'll see some of the feedback that we've received so far on the site isn't all like, I take it as positive, but it isn't all what's the word, excitement or anything like that. I think there might be a little bit of that. I think there's probably more apprehension to do with what we're looking to do with Maya, and I think that is good. I think it's a good thing that people have got a healthy amount of skepticism, um, uh, apprehension about what it is that we're doing, because neither my wife and I, like, we didn't meet on a dating app, right? We met at a club, and she was the one that asked me out, because there was no way, I didn't have the courage. Like, I just didn't have the courage to ask her out at all, and I was never going to do that. Did I like her? Yep. Um, like I think I've shared on other interviews in the past, I'd go to the gym. When I saw that she was at the gym one time, I went to the gym, looked at my watch, clocked the time, and went, right, I'm coming to the gym at this time every day now for, you know, for as long as it takes. Just to, not because I ever spoke to her, but because I thought she was attractive. And, secretly I was hoping that, oh, somehow we might connect in some small way. So maybe just all that positive thinking, but no courage to have to follow it up with any action on my side. Maybe just all the positive thinking worked. Um, who knows? But that that aside, like, we didn't connect through any sort of dating app, but we've got family members and really good friends who sadly are still um, on their own, um, and who have had a whole bunch of experiences with that. And sadly for them and other people that we know, and from what we've had a look at research wise, sadly a lot of that has been, they've been fairly poor. Don't get me wrong, there's been some people that absolutely love them as well, so that's all good. But as we were sitting around trying to solve the world's problems, not really, but that's how I framed it in the post, talking about our children, one thing led to the next in terms of talking about friends, talking about family members, and then that just widened to a broader scope of people, and some reflection, some expression of personal opinions and thoughts on the current scene, for want of a better term. And then one thing led to the next. Well, anyway, I thought that was done. I thought, yep, cool. We've had a great conversation. However long that went for, it felt like a long time, but it was really good time well spent, I thought. And then off to go do some training. I was like, yep, that's great. Like, we've had some good time together. We've solved some problems in my own head, and not even. And then while I was out doing that, excuse me, my wife, bless her, she was going a little further and putting in some time, effort, and energy, and looking into how could we provide an option to solve some of those issues, to solve the concerns that people have, to solve, maybe some people like me that are real whakama, which is just shy, um, not don't have the courage to come out and ask somebody out. Shy in that way, not probably not necessarily in a whole bunch of other ways. But there's no way I was going to ask my now wife Helen out. Just, it wasn't in my uh, at that time. It just wasn't within my scope of ability or confidence to ask a female out, particularly or especially a female that I thought was attractive and that I decided to go and attend the gym every day because she was there that one time, and I thought maybe she might come here every day at this time. But stalkerish, eh? But I was a Is there a good stalker? I don't know. I was a good person, put it that way. I had no bad intentions. Let's put it that way. And thankfully it worked out. She asked me out instead, so that saved me having to and brought us together, which I'm grateful for. So anyway, to your question on here with regards to Maya, that's pretty much sort of how it started. And then when I came back and then seeing the work that she had done, I thought, holy heck, I said, babe, I initially just thought, this is really cool. And I told her, I said, I'm in, like, this is cool. I said, why don't we just do it? We're not experts in the dating app scene and how that works, but with technology and the internet and being able to access information, as I mentioned earlier about other things, though, the way that it is, we decided to have a look into that and lean into that a little bit more. One thing led to the next. Got a whole bunch of information, including a whole bunch of legal stuff in and around what we're doing and what we need to do. Some of the challenges and with regards to Apple, which is a good thing, I think. They're blocking and not allowing dating apps on their site, those that can't show unique utility and that just seem to be a clone or a copy and paste of what's currently out there. So I think that's awesome as well, because then it potentially limits or restricts the amount of just humbugs that are just creating the same thing, if that makes sense, from our opinion in that anyway. Android's a bit different. They don't seem to have that 1.2 and 4.2 or 4.3 clause like Apple does. We've got a fair few hoops to jump through, which again, we think is a good thing. So they're obviously looking at probably current lawsuits and stuff that are happening at the moment with I suppose not charges, cases that have been laid against some of these companies that appear to be set up to have people addicted and keeping them on the platform for longer. Who knows? So anyway, one thing led to the next, and we decided to try and come up with a solution. So that's where that is, and that's what that post is. That's not what this channel is going to be about. That was, just there to see what the not interest, I suppose interest. See if people would be curious to hear and see, okay, what else has he been doing? We don't see him, which is probably a good thing. We don't see him spamming our inbox and YouTube every day with a daily upload video. It's only usually a couple of times a week, and then maybe this live, which probably the 3 times a week, I suppose, so to speak. So thought we'd give a bit of an update there, and then just whatever happens, like there's a handful, like a few dozen responses so far with regards to people that have expressed an interest, and that's because we've gone about it in other ways in terms of reaching out and sharing it with a few people who have told us that they've shared it with some other people. So more sort of word of mouth stuff. But we knew eventually at some point, sooner or later, it's going to have to come out. So that's what we did. So put up a post, let my wife know. I said, okay, this is what we'll put up, and there it is. So that's probably, hopefully that gives you enough of an idea. The rest is on the site. It was meant to just be one simple landing page, which is what it was at the start, with just your name, email, and then join the list. And then based on some of that feedback, people have asked, it would be great to get more of an idea of what it is and what it's about. So we did that. By doing that, it seems to have created a little bit more interest, and people have at least joined the wait list for now. There's been there's been quite a lot of spam emails that have come through as well, which has been hard case. So I don't really know or care too much about how that works, but there have definitely been a whole bunch of spam emails that come through, and we'll take it as it comes. So hopefully that gives enough of an idea for you in terms of the question that you asked, and then the rest, I suppose, is just on the site, easily available for people to have a read. So that's that. And I was just checking, gone through that, done that. Yeah, that's it. What's this one? Oh yeah, Any plans for the weekend? Been 1 year milestone. Hey, great point. I should have mentioned that. So come 15th of March, this month, it'll be 1 year since I put this channel up anyway. Kick things off again with just starting a YouTube channel from scratch, and plans for the weekend, just work this weekend, training and work actually. And one final, there is a person whose name I won't read out, but it's somebody that I've been lucky enough to work with via distance online for probably about a year, maybe a little less, thereabouts anyway. This person is in New Zealand right now, traveled over, they're on holiday. They're here for a few weeks. They're in Wellington. So I'll probably do some training with that person. Likely won't film it because this is somebody that is got some goals of their own and preparing for military service over in Australia, and they're looking at prepping for selection. So if you are on this live, I haven't forgotten. I'm looking at your email that you sent me right now, which you sent yesterday or a day ago. I will respond, and we will look to connect and put the running shoes on or the hiking boots on and go hit the hills and go do some training together while you're here. So thank you for that. If you're on this live, so that's probably the plans for this weekend: some work, some training, some more work, follow up and reach out to people like this fella that have dropped me a message, and yeah, that's about it. I don't think there's any other questions on here. No, there isn't. But just thank you, Zay. So yeah, 15th of March will be a year since this channel's been up and running. Haven't got into the interviews stage yet, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe some interviews might take place with people at some stage during this year. We'll see. We'll see how we go. But appreciate you all. Thank you for your time. Anybody that might still be on here listening to me babble on, thank you for your time, for your support. Anybody that isn't here but that might have a look at this live later, yeah, likewise, appreciate your time and support and stuff as well. Thank you also to those that have expressed that the No Particular Order series, those little, was it me sharing some experiences from way back when. People have been kind enough to put some comments and stuff on there about how they've enjoyed listening to those. Some people have even shared that those are probably the content that they like most on my channel. So yeah, there's some more of that happening. I was going to just do a live one off the cuff here and do the next phase, which I think the next one I've got to do, or I've got scheduled to do, is the East Timor deployment and then the Australian SASR selection. So I'm pretty sure from memory where we're up to in the No Particular Order series. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm up to, at least in my head anyway. So I might do one of those live so that people can ask questions during if they want to, and or maybe I'll just do them pre-recorded and then upload them like what I have been doing, which people seem to have been enjoying listening to those anyway. So there's that to do. So those, yeah, the channel will just continue doing the things that I've been doing primarily for it. So don't worry about this channel and what you've seen in the post with Maya, that this becoming that sort of channel. That's not what it is. But it is a good, my wife and I felt, is at least good enough to put it out there and get feedback, good or bad, doesn't matter to us. We'll take it, and regardless of the feedback that comes, like, we're rolling anyway, so we're already moments away from finalizing the developer, and we've done a whole bunch of other work, as you might be able to tell when you have a look at the site, in terms of what's in play already. So we're rolling with it, whether people like it or not, and time will tell in terms of whether or not people choose to use it for those reasons that we've given. That aside, yeah, that was way off topic to your question, Farfo. Or yeah, F around and find out. I'm guessing that's what that stands for. That's a cool handle, by the way. So thank you for the question. if anybody wants to put down what your plans are, I'm going to stick around. I can stick around and hang out on here for a bit longer if need be. If you don't want to, that's fine as well. If you just want to drop off, I think there's, what's this showing? 7? I think this is showing 7 on here. It's probably just the same 7 that took the time to put a vote on the question that I put up there. I was only being cheeky too when I said nosy buggers. So yeah, don't, if anybody, hopefully you didn't take any offense to that. It was just yeah, me being cheeky with regards to how I've responded and then put the information out there. I think Jake responded on there. Can't tell us. Bearded Chieftain, appreciate you, bro. He's been a kind supporter too. He was like, what did he say? Spill it, Joe, I think. And a couple other people as well. So appreciate the time that people put in there and putting down not only a vote, but, excuse me, a comment. So that's that. I can't see any other questions coming up. So if you're sitting here, you're just sitting here looking at me. But appreciate you and have a wonderful weekend. Look after yourselves and those closest to you. And yeah, keep tuning up, keep staying in the fight, put one foot in front of the other, take one day at a time. I don't know what challenges or trials you may be going through at the moment, you or somebody close to you that you may know. But yeah, keep fighting, eh? Just stay in it, man. And no matter how miserable and challenging and difficult and lonely and hard it may be, things always, been my experience, always get better if you want them to. They can, they do, and they will if you want them to. It might seem like they're never going to get better, but my experience has been they always do. It just hasn't and will likely continue to not happen when I want them to happen. But they definitely come around in the end. So stay in there and keep fighting. As always, go always a little further. Remember, who dares wins and who cares wins. And until the next video, there is a big mana wave coming from me to each of you, filled with my aroha, respect, appreciation, and gratitude for you all. Okay, I can't see any more questions on there. Ka kits, peeps. Thank yous. And stop.